Haverford's here tonight. They did lose to Garnet the first time out. They're coming off a great win against Philly on senior night. All around electric wins. Food section was lively. The team was shooting well. Looking for a competitive game. This is one of the 3 games left after this. If we're looking to make the district playoffs, they need to win this game. Did you have the last game up? I didn't see it. I was so locked in. Did we? Holy shit, we did. No, we didn't. Right, we were away. No, we got smashed. No, we didn't beat Garnet. No. We didn't beat Garnet. Oh, yeah, you got it.
And now the starting lineup for the Jaguars. 6'1" senior, number 1, Cole Ford. 6'1" sophomore, number 11,
Snyrus is starting too. Big Snyrus, Joe.
6'6" sophomore, number 21, Grayson Golick. 6'1" senior, number 22, Aiden Anderson. And 6'4" senior, number 34, Jason Ives. The Jaguars are coached by Mike Brown. He's assisted by Ryan Brown, Brandon Starr, and Alex Dyer. And now for the starting lineup for the Force.
It sounded like Alex Dybel. It sounded like Dybel.
5'11" freshman from Chatham Elementary, number 1, Jamie Haskell.
Why are we saying their elementary school?
Who knows?
And we are back. Thank you to Linwood Elementary School and Mrs. Reyes. I personally am a Linwood alumni, and I am seeing 2 of my little cousins singing the national anthem. That is a proud moment for our elementary schools, but also as a community of Haverford, supporting athletics with exposing the elementary schools to what it's like to play in high school. We're going to see Reese Fitzgibbons go up against Grayson Golick for the tip-off. and Haverford will win.
I'm going to redo this one.
That's a good call. Second attempt, and seems like Garnet will gain possession of the ball. Never mind. Third time's the charm, am I right, Sean Perry?
We're doing this again. I thought they were just going to give it to Haverford.
So did I.
All right.
And Garnet wins the tip-off. 22, Aiden Anderson connecting. Swinging it around to number 1, Burrock. Looking inside for the nice and easy jumper is no good. Haverford with the rebound. Jamie Heskell with the ball, directing traffic, trying to call play, swings it to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons looking inside, does not find anyone, then goes up to the top of the key, up to Andrew Stagelman. Stagelman looking in, does not find anyone. Now number 11, Andrew Brown, passes it to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons out to Stagelman. Stagelman trying to go in, no good, and there's a foul called. Sean, we're seeing really good man-to-man defense. How would you describe this Garnet Valley's intent with their man-on-man coverage?
You know, it's tough. They're definitely a very well-coached team, very disciplined with fouling. And I think the start here for the Fords is very, very important. If you witnessed the Ridley game, they got off to an extremely hot start with this three-point shooting. I think they need to replicate that tonight.
Burrock with the 3 attempts was no good, passing it inside, down to the block. Burrock trying to slow down the tempo, out to the corner, shot up for 2, no good. And it is still a 0-0 game. Now we'll get a jump ball going to Haverford. And that is a great rebound by the freshman, Jamie Heskell. Heskell we hadn't seen in the beginning of the season, but he seems to have found his spot in the 5-man lineup, wouldn't you say, Perry?
I would say that he's kind of picked up his game pretty recently. He did not start the season in the starting lineup, excuse me. Henry Yez held that spot, but he worked his way up and found his spot in the starting lineup.
That's definitely a great accomplishment. Anderson at the top, swings it out to Burrock. Burrock going in. And there'll be a foul on Haverford. Reese is first, and we will see number 11, Luke Facenda, on the line for 2. First is good.
This is something I've harped on all season on these broadcasts, Morgan. Staying out of foul trouble is very important for this Haverford team. They have 2 fouls already, one on arguably the 2 best players on this team, Andrew Stagelman and Reese Fitzgibbons. It's something very to pay attention to as this game goes on.
Yes, it is. Mentioning Fitzgibbons, he's up with the ball, trying to drive in. Fitzgibbons was tag teamed, at least 3 defenders on him. No good with the basket. Now we see Garnet Valley drive in, no good. Stagelman with the ball, bringing it up, passes to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons looks for the 3, no good. We're going to see a defensive rebound by Garnet. Anderson bringing it up, passes to Gaelic. Gaelic with the 3, and it is good. Seeing Heskell bring the ball up, crossing it over to his right, passes it over to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons driving in, does not find anything. Stagelman with a long 3, and it is good. Stands are erupted. The bench is on their feet. Everyone's happy with that one. 4-3, 5 minutes left in this first quarter. And we're seeing Garnet Valley kind of lose their tempo, lose their cool. What are we seeing, Sean?
We're seeing a good defensive start from the Fords here. I was talking to Andrew Brown a little earlier. They switched up their defense. They're running more of a 2-3 now. They've gotten a lot better over the season. The defense is something to show for it.
And that was,
right there.
That was a great hand by Sturman, being able to deflect that pass for an easy layup for Garnet. We're going to see a sub. Brady Krautzel in the game. Passes it out to number 1, Cole Burke. Burke tried to drive in, up with a jump shot. No good, just a little short. Stagelman with the rebound is going to bring it up. He passes it to Fitzgibbons with the screen. Fitzgibbons almost went up for that 3, but he knows the tempo. He knows his game. We're going to see Stagelman with the 3 again, and it is good. That is his second 3 of the night.
Stagelman's just feeling it right now, and as a senior player on this team, when you're making shots like that early in a game, it sets the tempo for the younger players on this team, and it gives them a little bit of confidence. If I see Stags making those shots, I can make those shots too.
Of course. It's also amazing to see how Stagelman has developed as a player. He was originally a center for Haverford. He was supposed to take Tommy Wright's spot, but he made a name for himself in his junior and senior season.
He's done a lot for the Fords. He's been a floor general, primary playmaker, scorer, you name it, he does it.
He's been an ace. And we're going to see Grant Zabrowski tap in at the table. He popped off on senior night. How would you describe that, Perry?
That was pretty unreal to watch from the broadcast stand, I will say, Morgan. Him and Billy Williams just having the game of their lives, but Grant Zabrowski definitely went off because of those gushers and chocolate milk, I will say.
Oh, yeah. We're going to see a Garnet Valley attempt at a shot from the block. It is no good, but Cole Burke drives in for the easy. It's 6-6, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Stagelman with the ball. Drives into the left, finds nothing, passes it to Haskell. Haskell back to Brown. Brown goes up for the 3, no good. Rebound was not recovered by Haverford, but Garnet Valley's going to take a drive, try and draw a foul. It's going to be Haverford's ball. We're going to see 2 subs. We're going to see Billy Williams and number 12, Agendo, tap in for this game.
Minji definitely showing a lot of confidence in Williams here. Usually in close games, he does not come in until a little later, but he's getting good first quarter minutes here off that senior night performance.
Sauerman loses his dribble, passes it out to Brown. Brown to Williams. Williams tried to look for Zabrowski, but could not find him. And that is a nice, easy layup for number 34, Jake Snaris. Looking at the stats, Perry, what are we seeing tonight?
We've seen a lot of 3s being taken for both teams. Both teams having almost equal success so far. It is only 8-6, but I'm looking for that trend to continue here. It's kind of what worked for the Fords against Ridley. I think they'll continue that game plan tonight.
Hopefully. 8-6, Garnet taking the upper hand. Anderson dribbling it up. Passes it to the corner with the 3, air ball over the basket. That was just a little too much. Stagelman finds Williams. Williams with the 3, and it is good.
Like I said, Minji's sticking with Williams, and he definitely has a reason to. Just Williams has been absolutely feeling it the last 72 hours here for the Fords.
Yes, he has. Anderson passes it in for an alley-oop with Snaris, but it was no good. Haverford fouls. It's going to take 2. That is Andrew Brown's first, team's 4th. This is not good this early in the game for them to take the bonus, don't you say?
Definitely not ideal, considering Garnet has 0 fouls. Something Minji's going to have to talk about going into the end of this first quarter.
Definitely.
Just being more disciplined. Don't want to give them any free points, especially in a game. You did lose by 12 last time out. You cannot give them anything free. You have to keep yourself in it any way you can.
We're going to see Sam Sturman re-enter for the Fords. The second shot for number 34, Snaris, is good. Sauerman bringing up the ball. Passes to his left. Looking inside. And we're going to see a travel. Garnet Valley's ball. Passes it in to number 2, Mason Coperna. Coperna at the top of the key. Looking for a lane. Passes it to number 21, Golick. Golick back to Burke. Burke passes it in to number 21, Golick, and it is good. On that transition, the Fords tried to find a breakaway. It was not successful. Stagelman with the pound. And that is some great defense played by Garnet Valley. That was clean, and that was a great executed steal. Passes it back up to the top of the key for the long three is no good. And we're gonna get a foul. This is definitely not the cleanest defense that we've seen from the Fords.
Definitely not. That's number 5 on the night, 7 minutes into this game. Ford's defensive structure broke down a little bit. I thought they were a little lucky that that three did not go for Boric there, but could not bring down the defensive rebound, and now they're having to pay the price for it.
Exactly. Garnet is now in the bonus, and we are seeing Krautzel take the line. His first shot is no good. And we will see Henry Yez sub in for the Fords.
And if you're Haverford at this point, it kind of changes the way you have to play defense almost. There's already a lot of things you can't do on defense. Now that you're in the bonus, no matter pretty much what you do, it's free throws resulting for Garnet Valley. So it kind of makes you play more conservative on the defensive end.
Yes, it does. I agree with that. 50 seconds running down on the clock. Yez with the ball, passes it in to Sturman, and Sturman gets absolutely knocked over. That will be Garnet Valley's first foul of the night, going to Burke. Anderson will re-enter for the Jaguars. Passes it in to Zabrowski. Zabrowski going into the lane, could not find anything. Passes it out to Billy Williams. Williams looking for an open man. Passes it to Sturman. Sturman to Stagelman. Stagelman with the three is no good. Williams with the rebound. And it is denied by Snyrus. Stagelman passes it in to Williams. Williams looks for Sturman. Sturman taking his time, winding down the clock so that there's only one more play left in this game, or left in this quarter, excuse me. Minji is calling a high-low. We're going to see Stagelman up at the top, Sturman running the baseline, and there's going to be a foul. Anderson will come up with that foul. Will be his first of the night, Garnet's second. Yez will pass it in. It's going to find Zabrowski. Zabrowski going in with his left, and he will be fouled. Seems like Garnet's definitely feeling the pressure.
Well, those 0 shots, pretty good offensive sequence.
Yes.
They've driven 3 fouls in 1 possession.
Exactly.
Kind of brought the deficit a little closer for this quarter, 5-3 now.
Stagelman calls for a timeout, and Minji's going to give it to him, and we'll be right back after this short break. We are back coming out of that timeout. Andrew Stagelman in the same position that he started, looking for the play called by Minji, and we're going to see what he cooked up.
6.4 seconds is a lot of time. They can definitely get a good shot off here.
Passes to Williams. Williams looking in, does not find anything. Zabrowski with the catch and shoot, no good. And it will be Garnet Valley ball. Stagelman looking for a call there. but they will not get one. 0.7 seconds left. A Hail Mary by number 11, Luke Facenda. And that was pretty close, but not close enough. Garnet Valley will lead 13-9 against the Fords as we go into the second quarter. We will be right back. And we are back entering the second quarter. Sean, what are we seeing from percentages with the 2-pointers, but also the 3-pointers from Haverford?
It's been mainly all 3 so far. Stagman shooting 67% so far. Hoping he got that third one to go, but he got 2 for 2 before missing 1. I think it's been an okay start for the Fords. You just want to keep it close, keep yourself within double digits against the third-ranked team in the district in Garnet. They're still in this. It's a good start. As Anderson brings us up past half court. Swing it left side. Back to Anderson up top of the key. Morgan Barrett, my play-by-play, is on a little bit of a hiatus right now, actually. Anderson looks right to the corner. Gets it inside, almost picked off by Stagman. Garnet in the corner, brings it up top. Anderson, back to the corner. 3-pointer is no good for Garnet as Andrew Stagman will bring that ball down. There's a big foul. Lots of contact. I believe this is on Andrew Stagman. And a Garnet Valley player is hurt right now. I'm not sure who. This is 13, Brady Krautzel is down in some pain, getting looked at by the Haverford trainer. Hopefully he's okay. And we will be right back after this break. And Krautzel is okay, walking off under his own power. It's always good to see. I believe it was just a hard landing for Krautzel there, but he is okay. Might be out of this game for just a little bit, but seems just a little shaken up as he heads to the bench. Hoping all is all right with him.
Garnet Valley throwing it in. We're going to see a long pass up to the top of the key. Going inside is Snyrus. Snyrus' basket is no good, and the rebound is picked up by Billy Williams. Brought up by Stagelman. Stagelman finds Zabrowski. Zabrowski with a long 3 is no good. Garnet Valley with the rebound, trying to do a fast break. Now slowing down the tempo. Snurek in for an easy layup, and he will get it even though he was being teamed up by 3 Fords. That just tells you how much of an ace Snyrus is on this court right now. Yez with the ball. Yez passes to Zabrowski. Zabrowski up with another 3. It is no good again.
That's Zabrowski's third 3 in about 2 minutes. They might want to make an adjustment on those. Those are some quick shots. Try to work the ball around a little more.
Yes. But also, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So as long as he keeps taking those shots and keeps adjusting, they're going to fall through. And hopefully that happens for Zabrowski, but he will sit down on the bench. Andrew Brown being subbed back in for the Fords. Brown passes it to Heskell. Heskell bringing it up. Going to his right side, clearing a lane for him is Brown. Picks up his dribble. Stagelman recovers. Stagelman passes to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons goes into the middle, no good, but passes it out to Heskell. Heskell cannot sink that 3 from the corner.
That was great ball movement by the Fords there, facing some double teams. Stagelman with a great pass to Fitzgibbons to open it up a little bit. The shot did not fall for Haskell there, although it was a really good look.
It was a very great look. We're going to see Garnet Valley kind of get stuck at the top of the key. With Borek with the ball, he passes it in to number 21, Golick, and Golick with a nice and easy 2. It is now 17-9. Fords are trailing. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in this second quarter. We're going to see Brown. Brown loses the ball, but it's recovered by Haskell. Haskell driving right, can't find anything, passes it out to Brown. Brown going right, passes it back to Haskell. Haskell out to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons with the 3, and it is no good. We're going to see a rebound by number 22, Anderson, and he's been getting some great defensive rebounds for his team. We're going to see some shot fakes, passes it back out to Cyrus.
Charge.
It's going to be a great charge by Stagelman, and it will be Ford's ball.
I believe the Fords have just switched up their defensive system from a 2-3 to a 3-2. Focused more on the interior paint, less on the three-point shot, and it paid off for the Fords there as they were in position to take a charge. It's great coaching by Minji there.
Yes, it is. And we will take a timeout, a full timeout, and we will be right back. We are back after that timeout, and Haverford's going to take the court. We're going to see Brown potentially passing it in to Stagelman. And we're going to really see this Ford's offense in their prime. They are now in possession of swaying this game and building up the tempo. Stagelman passes to Sturman. Sturman looks back to Stagelman. Stagelman driving into the paint. And it's stolen by Snyrus. Snyrus gives it to number 22, Aiden Anderson. Anderson passes it back. Kind of going back and forth. Drives in, no good. Number 21, Golick with a long 3. This is no good.
Ford's offense really getting stifled here. Garnet's playing an unbelievably tough man-to-man. Man-to-man defense is one thing. It's one thing when, everyone's human. Someone will mess up eventually. When you're playing such a disciplined team like Garnet, they're not making the mistakes you're looking for on offense. They're picking off almost every pass like right now. It's just unbelievably tough to coach against if you're Coach Minji right now.
I think right now the ace is just Snyrus. He's had multiple steals, but also has a great 3 range. And we will see Cole Borek. Fitzgibbons passes it into Sturman. Sturman with the layup, and it is no good. Recovered by Snyrus. Garnet Valley now has possession. Anderson bringing the ball up, goes left, can't find a lane. 13 gives it to 21. Back to Anderson with the 3, no good. And it will be Haverford with the rebound. And we're going to see another steal by Snyrus. And Anderson trying to go up with the layup, and is denied by Fitzgibbons. But then a one-on-one man-to-man against Snyrus, Fitzgibbons, and Sturman ends up Garnet on top. It is now 22-9. The Fords are trailing against Garnet Valley on their home turf. And we'll be right back after this timeout.
Ford's back on offense here. Andrew Stagelman brings it up past half court for the Fords. Kicks it off to Andrew Brown. Brown drives for top of the key, kicks it to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons, baseline drive. Fitzgibbons up with it. Tough layup, does not go in and out. As Anderson will end up with the ball now. Takes his time up the court.
We're definitely going to see the power team of Anderson and Snyrus. Anderson usually dumping the ball off to Snyrus, and Snyrus going up with the threes or the great layups. Snyrus passes it in, intended to Golick, but Golick is not able to hold on.
And Morgan, we have just been informed that Snyrus is Garnet Valley's all-time leading scorer.
Yes.
In the history of their boys basketball program, Jacob Snyrus is their all-time leading scorer. That's unbelievable.
Jake Snyrus, yes. And he is committed to Wilkes University, which is a great D3 school. And we are very proud of that accomplishment, especially from someone of his stature. I mean, he's had great 4 years on Garnet and is now able to have that title of ace.
You know a thing or two about D3 athletics, right, Morgan?
Yes, I do. I am currently committed to a D3 school, which is going to be fun, going to be cool. If I ever play Wilkes, I'll look for him. We're going to see Snyrus up with the 2. No good. We're going to see number 13, Krautzel, try and get the rebound, but he will knock it away out of bounds, and it will be Haverford's ball. Stagelman bringing it up. Fitzgibbons moving inside the lane onto the baseline. Goes to the block. Sturman with the ball, passes to Williams. Williams looks for Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons, pass back to Williams. Williams with a long 3, no good. And that will be a Garnet Valley rebound.
I think the Fords' game plan needs to change, and I think it needs to change pretty quickly. A lot of long threes, not a lot of ball movement. I think the effects of senior night and the shooting there are kind of rubbing off here.
Yes.
This is not senior night scheme. You gotta move the ball around, lock in, and get a good shot.
I think sadly Haverford's not crashing the board. If they were crashing the board, going for those rebounds, they would probably be up right now or at least be close to Garnet Valley. But without those rebounds, without those offensive rebounds, they have very little chance of winning against this Garnet Valley offense and defense.
I mean, you're playing players such as Snyrus, who's been honestly relatively quiet on the offensive end. He does have 8 points, but he's shooting 33% from 2-point range. It's the other aspects of his game that makes him so great. He's been a monster defensively. He's been crashing the boards, playmaking. Although he's not getting the points on the board like he probably normally does, he's impacting the game in other ways, and that's what great players do.
Yes, he is. We're going to see Garnet Valley sub in. Stagelman with the ball, bringing it up. Looks for a pick of Sturman. Sturman rolling into the baseline. Pass to Williams. Williams looking into Stagelman. Stagelman with the 2. And that is something that sets the pace for Haverford. 25-11, 50 seconds left. It seems like Garnet Valley's going to hold the ball, slow the game down, and bring it down to one more play. Anderson, give him the ball to Burrick. Burrick back to Snyrus. Snyrus out to the corner for a 3, no good. And Stagelman will come up with the rebound, 30 seconds left.
He's got time.
Passes to Williams, Williams, no good. Brown with the rebound, and he is not able to finish.
It's kind of what I was talking about, Morgan. The Fords had about 30 seconds there. They kind of rushed the shot a little bit, and Andrew Brown looked like he rushed the rebound there a little bit.
Yes,
he put it right back up. Almost if they had like half a second left on the clock. They have a lot of time. And you just give Garnet a free possession.
I think that the game IQ right now is not there for Haverford. And we're going to see a long 3 by Snyrus. And it'll be 28-11, Fords trailing to Garnet Valley by 17 points. And we will be right back after halftime. And we are back starting off the second half of this game. Garnet Valley Jaguars against your Haverford Fords. The Fords are trailing by 17 points, 28-11. And we're gonna see Stagelman bringing up the ball. And it is picked off by Snyrus, getting through the double team and with the easy layup. Snyrus has been an ace on the court so far this game. Sean, what are his stats like tonight?
He's shooting a solid, I believe, 50% from the field, or 33% from the field now. I don't know if this is completely updated. He's looking at 11 points. He's got at least 3 steals. Probably a block in there somewhere, for being honest. He's doing absolutely everything. I think the stats are like what he doesn't have is probably better to look at than what he does have.
That's true. But there's very minimal that he does not have.
Because he's played every second of this game, Morgan.
Yes,
he has not come out.
Him and Anderson have been double teaming, being with that point guard, shooting guard type. We're going to see Haskell passes it into Sturman. Sturman to Stagelman. Stagelman with the 2. And it was sink. 13-30. Fords are trailing behind, but they're starting to gain momentum.
Fords once again, I believe, switched up their defensive structure again. They're in a 1-3-1 now.
Sure.
And Snyrus drills it.
Snots with the 3.
The 1-3-1 is what they ran earlier in the year when they had their struggles. I'm just hoping they're not going to resort to the defense of the early season. If they can kind of fix the 1-3-1 compared to what it was about 10 games ago.
Yes. And we're going to see Brown airballing that 3. Anderson coming up with the ball. Anderson looking around, pass it into Snyrus. And there's going to be a foul called. Reese is going to pick up that foul. Jaguars are going to pass it in. Out is Brady Kratzel, and it is no good. Reese Fitzgibbons with the rebound. Fitzgibbons passes to Brown. Brown driving in.
What? Not sure what they called that. I believe it is a travel, actually.
And that'll be a travel. We're going to see Henry Yez enter the game for Brown. Brown shaking his head. A little defeated after that way of going out, but Anderson bringing up the ball.
Been a pretty rough game for Andrew Brown. He's had 3 fouls, turned it over there. I think he just to clear his head a little bit on the bench.
We're going to see Stagelman get in between that pass. It's going to be some sloppy passing that gets Haverford in trouble. That was a great fast break that they had, but the momentum and the speed of the play, they just need to slow down, set their feet, and just go with it. They're not taking advantage of the time that they have and the energy that they have.
I think that sequence right there kind of sums up this game as a whole.
Yes, it does.
Fast break, Sturman can't get it, pass it off to Yez and doesn't go.
We're going to see Fitzgibbons with the ball, passes it into Stagelman. Stagelman up, and he will be fouled. He will be shooting 2. Stagelman in past games, looking at his free throw percentage, he is 100 from the free throw line against Ridley, so we're going to see if he can stay that way against Garnet Valley.
Stagelman, one of many players who had a great game against Ridley 2 nights ago.
He will sink the first onto his second.
Stagelman always works on free throws and warm-ups that I've come to notice throughout broadcasting these. It's paid off for him a little bit.
And he will miss. You jinxed him, Sean.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I did that a lot.
It's all right. I do the same thing. We're going to see Snyrus drawing the foul.
And those type of fouls that Sam Sturman just just got called for, just so preventable. In the game you're down 22, you just cannot be doing that. You cannot be kicking yourself against the wall. You just can't be doing those type of plays.
And 33-14, the Fords are trailing behind the Garnet Valley Jaguars, and we will be right back after this timeout. The Fords and the Jaguars are entering back onto the court. It is going to be Jaguars ball. Snyrus into Anderson. Anderson dished it to Durek. Durek with the assist to Snyrus, and it is good. 35-14.
Just a great bit of playmaking there. Snyrus with a very athletic finish. Can't really say we expected anything less from
Not
a player
at all.
like him. It's just tough for Lugendo there, who's in defense.
And we're going to see a foul. It will be a Jaguar foul on number 12. Lugendo is shooting from the free throw line, and we're gonna have some subs. We're gonna only see one Haverford player on the block, and they will not have to get the rebound from Lugendo.
Lugendo going 2 for 2 there, just classic bully ball down in the paint, knocked over his man and was able to draw the blocking foul.
We're gonna see Snyrus with the ball. Pass to Anderson. Anderson out to Burke. Burke looking in, does not find anyone. Passes out to Facenda. Facenda gives it to Anderson. Anderson back to Burke. And Anderson is going to keep the ball. Snyrus now at the top. Looking in. Pass to Anderson is no good. And it'll be a turnover. Ford's ball. Yes, will pass it in to Haskell. And Haskell will present the ball down the chute. He'll send it to Stagelman. Stagelman looking in for the baseline. Will not find anyone. Go inside the paint. And pass intended for Haskell is no good. And number 34, Jake Snyrus with the easy 2. And that'll be a steal by Burke. Burke pass to Anderson. Anderson presenting the ball. Number 11, Luke Facenda running the baseline. Passes it in to Golick. Golick in, and he will draw the foul. And 1 for Golick. That'll be a foul on number 12, Lugendo. And we're only going to see one Garnet Valley player in the paint. Now there will be 2. Golick going up for his 1. And he will sink it. Stagelman bringing up the ball. Pick by Lugendo. Passes it out to Haskell. Haskell looking in. Up for the 3 is no good. Snyrus with the ball. The one thing with Haskell's 3 is that he sails the ball. It is a high arc, which means that there is very little room for backboard coverage. And that is intense, especially with the 3. And we will see Jake Snyrus with an alley-oop, making this game 42-16. Grant Zabrowski with the ball. It's getting handled by Garnet. With the 3 is Haskell, and it is good.
I think plays like that are why Jamie Haskell's in this starting lineup. He worked his way in, improved his shooting a little bit. He's been a great playmaker for this team. He can always knock down the 3 ball.
And Haskell will foul number 1, Boric. And we'll see a side out from Garnet Valley. We're going to see Anderson sub back in for Boric. And Mason Caperna will pass it into Anderson. Anderson driving it down the chute. will find Caperna. Caperna will look for number 11, Facenda. And we're going to see a pass out and a drive by number 21, Golick. Will be no good because he will pick up a foul. Henriez will commit that foul. And the Fords now have 4 consecutive fouls, or 5, excuse me, consecutive fouls. That'll be Henriez's second. And Sean, right now, Haverford kind of seems a little defeated. There's a lot of heavy breathing. There's not a lot of smiling and lackadaisicalness, but we're starting to see not a lot of aggression from Haverford. Why do you think that is?
Well, the score is 42-19, Morgan. If you're Haverford right now, there's not a whole lot you can do against someone like Jake Snyrus. You just got to focus on one thing and do that one thing well, whether it's passes, whether it's your perimeter defense. Something to look back on a film session and be like, okay, we did this really well, but we need to work on this, this, and this. And I feel like when you're watching film and going on for the rest of the season, if you do make districts, you watch Jake Snyrus play and you model this is what a great player does. And you got to learn how to defend people like him.
I agree.
Because they're going to get their own, but you got to find a way to stop them. And I think that's going to be the priority in a film session, is to focus on great players and how to stop them. I
agree wholeheartedly, and we're going to get a timeout. But personally, if I was Haverford, I would run a box and one. Haverford's zone defense is something that definitely helped them transition in this game, but their man-to-man coverage just doesn't seem to be as strong, especially with the crashing. With the tag teams, it is not working for Haverford, but we're starting to see Snyrus not being stuffed, and that personally is something that I need to see happen, especially from Andrew Stagelman. Stagelman has given up the least amount of fouls this game, and he is one of the best Haverford defenders. Now, if we did a box and one coverage against Snyrus with Andrew Stagelman on him, I think that that could turn the point of this game.
I would agree with that, Morgan. It's a good point. It's a good point of analysis, but I do feel like the Fords' main struggle is on offense here. This Garnet Valley defense has had them in an absolute blender this entire game. And I think the problem is we don't have anybody to guard Snyrus.
No.
And they're just keeping the play simple. They're doing simple backdoor cuts, get it to him up top, let him use his athleticism to kind of reach over someone like Zabrowski. He pulls up the logo here and airballs it. But you just got to kind of I would zone him. You're right, Morgan. Don't put him man-to-man. Haskell, here we go.
And Haskell will come up with the three. Haskell seems like the only person that has not given up hope yet on this game, especially because he makes it seem like he has a lot to prove. Breakaway for Legendo, and he was not able to settle. That is another thing. We have not been able to settle those easy layups or those easy shots from the block, which has been disappointing throughout this whole entire game.
I think we've had a few sequences, Morgan, where I've said that's the story of the game for the Haverford team. Plays like that where you come on a fast break and you just cannot finish the layup due to whatever reason. It's just those type of plays you got to have. And it's just one of those days for the Fords where they're just not falling for you.
Snyrus, first shot is no good. He will go up for his second. And it is good. 44-22. Jaguars are leading by 2 in this third quarter with 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
I think you mean 22, not 2. Right, Morgan?
No, it's 2 times.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I was like, they're not leading by 2. I don't know what game you're watching.
And Haskell with the long three.
He's on a heater.
He is. He is hungry. This is the thing with Haskell. He has not given up. He is hungry for that permanent position. He's trying to prove himself tonight as the freshman. And he is able to take those opportunities and make the best of them. Haskell with the ball again, passes to Stagelman. Stagelman looking around, finds Zabrowski. Zabrowski in, back out to Haskell. Haskell no
A
good.
little bit of a heat check there for Haskell.
Just a little bit. And we are going to see Garnet Valley pass it in. Anderson with the ball. He has been a great point guard all game, able to get by his defenders and just be one step ahead of the Ford's offense, or excuse me, the Ford's defense. We're going to see swinging from Garnet Valley. A drive by Anderson, drawing defenders back out to Boric. Boric taking charge, back to Anderson. Anderson being heavily guarded by Yez. Goes in, pass out to number 13, Krautzel, and that will be a foul.
Zabrowski not really happy with that one. He thought his attacking player initiated the contact there a little bit. Didn't think it warrants free throws. It's 1.5 left in the third quarter.
46-25. The Fords are dragging behind Garnet Valley Jaguars as number 13, Krautzel, will take the line. His first is good. Seems like Haverford's going to clear the lane. And finally, Jake Snyrus is going to take a break on the Garnet Valley bench. His second is no good, but his third and final free throw. Will be good. We're going to see Krautzel take 5 from the line. First is a 3 foul, but the second, I'm guessing, is a technical.
I gotta be honest, that's the most free throws I've ever seen in one setting in any level of basketball before, Morgan. I gotta be honest.
Me too.
I've seen 3. I've never seen 5.
I've seen 4.
I haven't even seen 4.
I've seen 4. It's a 3 and a technical.
That is true. Pretty rare.
I think I was the one that gave up that technical.
Oh, was you playing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were watching. I was like, what game are you watching?
I was playing.
Control the emotions working.
Let me tell you, I was a very aggressive ball player because I had to be. I was short.
Yeah, it's true.
And I had to make those threes. I was a three-point shooter, and I was a scrappy defender. I think I fouled out almost every single game.
At least you have softball.
At least I have softball.
I would
That is
stick to
very
that.
true.
Don't quit your day job.
No, I will not. 50-25. The Fords are drowning to the Garnet Valley Jaguars, and we'll be right back for this fourth and final quarter. And we are back for the beginning of this fourth quarter. Jaguars with the ball. Passes it over to Snyrus. Snyrus looking to Anderson. Anderson passes it up to Burke, who is all alone at the top of the key, but it will be Reese Fitzgibbons with the rebound.
And if I'm being honest, the Garnet Valley three-point shooting has been not that great this game.
No, it has
the
not.
Fords are pretty lucky to only be down 25. This deficit could be a lot larger. They're making a good percentage of their shots, which they're not.
We're going to see Yez with a missed three, and then Stagelman with a flop. I'm surprised, Sean, that Snyrus is still on the court.
His break was about like 30 seconds, Morgan.
Yeah. I would have given him the rest of the quarter.
You know, I think they might be able to do that. Just maybe.
Maybe.
Not sure, though.
We're going to see some great picks by Anderson. Anderson bouncing it out to Boric. Boric back to the top of the key. Snyrus with a three, and it is good. What can't this guy do? He can play offense, he can play defense, and that will be a travel on Reese Fitzgibbons. Giving the ball back to Garnet Valley.
Just absolutely nothing going right now for the Fords.
Nope.
But like I said, just focus on one thing. And if you're going to focus on that one thing in film, whether it's just playing smart or not fouling or having two good defensive possessions in a row, just something to look back on. All right, we did this well. I kind of harped on that already.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's what Minji's focusing on rather than the deficit right now.
Hopefully. Andrew Stagelman with a clean block. And Laguendo will get the rebound. Stagelman to Fitzgibbons. And it will be another travel. We're going to see both Garnet and Haverford subs. Brown back into the game along with Sturman. What do you think Minji's drawing up here, Sean?
I would say he's trying to keep it simple.
Yeah.
They're trying to just get some points on the board, try to get a little bit of momentum for certain players, whether it be Andrew Brown, who does not have points yet, or for Stagelman to kind of get back in the flow for the final three games. But just something that you know is going to work, something that you've gone to all year. Just try to keep it simple just a little bit.
Yes. We're going to see great movement from Garnet Valley. Top of the key is Snyrus. Passes to Anderson, back to Snyrus. Snyrus being guarded by Reese Fitzgibbons. And it'll be a wide open Grayson Golick with the three. 56-27.
I think it took your advice of the box and one there, Morgan. I'm not entirely sure. Morgan, I wouldn't be getting too excited they just hit a three.
I know.
In your box and one defense.
Well, at least.
Minji, you know, maybe Minji listened a little bit.
Maybe. I think Minji and I have some twin telepathy. I think we both had our knee injuries.
You might want to cut that off based on the score.
Yeah. It's okay. 56-27. 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. We're going to see Snyrus with the ball. Trying to pass it into Anderson, but it is no good. It is cut off by Brown. Foul by Garnet Valley. And Snyrus will take a seat on the Garnet Valley bench along with Golick. And we're going to see the Ford swing it around, trying to find an open man. Stagelman driving in, can't find anything, passes to Brown. Brown looks to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons with the three, and it is good. Reese Fitzgibbons finally getting back on his game. Great defense by Sturman. Sturman against Anderson. Anderson has been a great point guard, especially leading with assists this game. And he will take his own layup, and it is no good. Rebound by Stagelman. Stagelman passes to Sturman. Sturman back out to Brown. Brown finds Luendo. And Luendo tries to pass to Stagelman, and it is knocked out of bounds by Garnet Valley. We're going to see Anderson and Nate Small take a seat. on the bench. Stagelman passing it in. He finds Brown. Brown looks to go into the basket, but is fouled by number 33, Caden Kohler. That will be Kohler's first, the team's second of this quarter. And we're gonna see a pass out to Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons to Sturman. Sturman going in, jump stop, out to Stagelman. Stagelman with a three, and it is no good. Attempted rebound by Laguendo, but it will be Garnet Valley's ball. We're gonna see Boric become the new point guard. Passing it in to Luke Presenti, and it will be Fitzgibbons with a breakaway and an easy layup. 56-32, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. We're gonna see a one-on-one, Boric and Sturman. Screen by number 21, Grayson Golick. Golick will pass to Quinn. Quinn back to Boric. Boric looking in, cannot find anything. Passes it back to Quinn. Quinn trying to go left, but is forced to go right. And he passes it to Laguendo. Laguendo to Fitzgibbons, and Fitzgibbons will draw the foul.
That's what I was kind of talking about a little bit. Some good sequences here from Reese Fitzgibbons. Just something positive for a player you need to get going in the final 3 games of the season if you're looking to make district playoffs. He's gotten 4 points, I believe, in the last 3 possessions. A steal here and there. Just a good sequence, some good basketball from Reese Fitzgibbons right now.
His first will be no good. And we're going to see some substitutions. Billy Williams entering the court along with Henry Yez. Garnet's going to also have 2 substitutions. Golick, sitting down, taking a rest.
Did you say Gaelic?
Yes, I did
It's
say
a language,
Gaelic.
Morgan. That's not a last name.
Golick. There's probably someone somewhere in the world who's
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll give you that.
Thank you. We're going to see number 4, Braden Quinn, who is a freshman, sink that too. And we're going to see Will Julia jumping over to the scores table, hopefully getting his 2 minutes in on the court. Reese Fitzgibbons with a holding and a foul, but it is not called. And we're going to see a pass into Henry Yez, back out to Fitzgibbons, and Fitzgibbons will sink the 3. We're going to see some great defense by Sturman and Henry Yez going with a full court press. Sturman gets his hand on the ball. Henry Yez with the recovery, and Sturman is able to finish.
I'll give them credit. They're fighting till the end here.
They really are.
You pointed out a lack of effort, but they're coming back strong here.
And we're going to see Kohler with the 3.
It's my second jinx of the night, Morgan. I got to stop talking.
It's okay, Sean. We're going to see Haskell passes it back out to Sturman, and Sturman will make it 41-61. Fords are only trailing by 20. And we're going to see Garnet Valley try and slow the tempo, gain back momentum, because on the last 3 possessions, the Fords have scored. Now we're going to see some substitutions. Number 10, Bryce Chiachetto and Will Julia will now enter the court. With 1 minute and 42 seconds left in this game, we're going to see some maximum effort by the Fords. Will Julia, we're going to see Will Julia block the lane, but it is a fruitless attempt against Caperna. We're going to see Haskell present the ball to Julia, swings it to Williams. Williams with a long 3 is no good. And that, again, we need someone to crash the boards, because that is a great offensive rebound.
I think Will Julia can fill that role pretty well. He's a very athletic player.
He is.
Can jump pretty high based on what I've seen in warm-ups.
He can dunk.
That would not surprise me at all. D2 football commit Will Julia, by the way.
Yes. Very proud of Will Julia. Will Julia, actually his first game ever in a varsity position, decked a kid like he was playing football. He's got to switch that brain and play basketball.
Easier said than done there, Morgan.
We're going to see Julia with the ball, swings it to Yez. Yez driving in left, gives it to Haskell. Haskell back to Yez, back to Haskell. Driving into the paint is Haskell. He goes up for the 2, and it is good. Yez committing the full court press. But Will Julia let Nate Small get around him. Billy Williams presenting the ball for the Fords. Passes to Henry Yez. Yez back to Williams. Williams gives it off to Julia. Julia back to Williams. To Chiachetto. Chiachetto driving in, but no good. Haskell then goes to Williams for the 3, and it is no good. Garnet Valley will have the last gain of possession on the ball for this game. And it'll end 65-43. Garnet Valley able to dominate the Haverford Fords on their own turf. Sean, do we have any last words for this game before we put it behind us and just continue on for our last 3 and just hope that none of them end up like this?
Final words was that was bad. That was not good. They just got dominated all 4 quarters. It's going to be a rough film session, I believe. But you do have to move on. You still are in a district playoff spot. You're still okay for that goal and dream of district playoffs. You're still fine. You just got to win, hopefully 3 out of 3.
Yes.
But you have to win at least 2 out of 3 in the final 3.
Well,
Keep that district playoff spot. What were you going to say? Sorry.
I will say that Haverford, the football team, lost 2 games straight out, but they were able to recover and become CLC champions. So let's hope that this will be the same thing for Haverford boys basketball.
I think there's a saying like history repeats itself or something like that.
There is a saying that history repeats itself.
Sorry, Mark, what'd you say?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But
it's all right.
65-43 will end this Thursday night of Haverford Fords against Garnet Valley Jaguars. I'm Morgan Barrett, and I was joined here by Sean Perry, and we will see you next time. Good night.